Leave Me Alone, Panzer, Rocketman, Hisoyam, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and XYZZY Spoon Shift 1. These are the words जो अगर आप अपने cool 10 by 10 इंच के epic RGB gamer board पे type करोगे, you will unlock one of the most fun experiences one can have while playing a video game. Because these magical words right here, they are cheat codes. And that's what this video is about cheats in video games. A lot of us have experienced cheats and their catalytic effect on adding fun to our gaming experiences. लेकिन अगर आप उनमें से हो जिन्होंने गेम्स बस रिसेंटली कुछ ही सालों पहले खेलना शुरू किया है, चीट्स वुड ऑलमोस्ट बी लाइक अ फॉरेन कॉन्सेप्ट टू यू. लेकिन वो लोग जो गेम्स बहुत सालों से खेलते आ रहे हैं या बचपन से खेलते आ रहे हैं, एंड स्पेशली दीज 3 गेम्स, they know about the power or the beauty of cheat codes. GTA and Road Rash made me aware about how fun cheat codes are. मैं अभी भी नहीं सोच सकता ये गेम्स खेलना चीट कोड्स के बगैर. ऐसा पॉसिबल ही नहीं है मेरे लिए. आपको सही में लगता है कि मेरे जैसा लेजेंडरी गेमर पैसिफिक हाईवे रेस करेगा विदाउट नाइट्रोज यूज करे और बिना पानी में गिरे? या आपको लगता है कि मेरे जैसा गेमर GTA सैन एंड्रियास खेलेगा बिना हीसोयाम टाइप करे हुए? साइकोपैथ नहीं हूं मैं. Rockstar's older titles were much harder compared to the modern ones. Just imagine if I had typed Seaways here, my mission would not have failed. That is the power of cheats. I still remember when I went over to my friend's house to play GTA 5 on his Xbox 360. सबसे पहला सवाल जो मैंने उससे पूछा था कि इस गेम में चीट्स कैसे एक्टिवेट करते हैं. एंड जब मेरे दोस्त ने मेरे इतने इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल का जवाब इतने कैजुअली दिया, मैं तो शॉक हो गया. हाँ चीट्स है लेकिन ज़रूरत लगती नहीं है क्योंकि गेम खुद बहुत आसान है. दैट वॉज लाइक एन आई ओपनिंग मोमेंट फॉर मी. एंड उसके ऊपर से आपके अचीवमेंट्स भी डिसेबल हो जाते हैं अगर आप चीट्स यूज करते हो तो, विच सक्स बिकॉज GTA 5 के चीट्स आर हिलेरियस. In the modern gaming landscape, cheats are almost like a lost art form. Games today are made to be really easy so that they can appeal to a huge market of players rather than just one specific niche. क्योंकि अगर आप कोई गेम बनाते हो 200, 300, 400 मिलियन के लिए, उस गेम का पब्लिशर नेचुरली चाहेगा दैट हिज इन्वेस्टमेंट्स डिलीवर हिम अ रिटर्न. वो चाहेगा कि उसके जेब में भी रिटर्न में थोड़े पैसे आएँ. So video games now aren't really difficult until and unless difficulty is like a core element of the game or like a huge selling point for the game. आप देखना जब GTA 6 आएगा 2027 में, फिर से डिले होगा, देख लेना. It will be one of the most easiest games you will ever play in your life. The game will be so easy that you won't even feel inclined to use cheats until and unless, of course, you plan on having fun using those cheats. Will Fanny Magnet make it into GTA 6? Let me know, guys. Let me know. I mean, even right now in GTA 5 and Red Dead, there is an option to skip a part of the mission if you are really struggling in the game. कि अरे तुमसे ये पार्ट नहीं हो पा रहा, चलो चलो कोई बात नहीं, ये पार्ट स्किप कर लो, तुम आगे का मिशन कर लो. It feels very akin to a mother's loving nature. But if you look at the older GTA title, the experience of playing those missions, it's a lot like डूइंग मैथ्स होमवर्क विद योर फादर. क्या हुआ, एक ट्रेन भी फॉलो करना नहीं आता तुम्हें? चलो फिर से स्टार्ट करो, और अगर फिर गलती हुई तो फिर से करना और फिर से करना और करते रहना अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन till you can finally do it. You see, older games used to be really difficult because they were really small in size. So to get more playtime out of players, the devs would make the games really hard so that it would take you months and months till you could finally beat the game if you were skilled enough. And a great example of this is one of my favorite games, Contra. Do you have any idea about how hard this game was? मैं अपने कजिन भाई के साथ ये गेम खेलता था एंड आई डोंट थिंक हम दोनों में से किसी ने भी आज तक इस गेम का सेकंड लेवल देखा होगा. फर्स्ट लेवल कभी क्लियर ही नहीं हो पाता था. सो आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी आई लुक्ड इट अप ऑनलाइन कि इस गेम में है कितने लेवल्स, हाउ मेनी लेवल्स डज कॉन्ट्रा एक्चुअली हैव. एंड यू नो, लेट्स प्ले अ गेम नाउ. I want you to guess how many levels this game has, and I'm going to give you a hint. It's way less than you think. 8. केवल 8 लेवल हैं इस गेम में. This game is so hard. Video games which are supposed to be a bonding experience with your friends and family would turn into all-out arguments and fighting with my brother about who is sabotaging the team. And of course, it was my brother. Yup, it could never have been me. If you ask him, he would say otherwise, but I am pretty sure it was his fault, even though I didn't know how to jump in that game for the longest time. काश हमें किसी ने बता दिया होता कि अगर आप टाइटल स्क्रीन पे थोड़ी देर रुक के आप अपने कंट्रोलर से up, up, डाउन डाउन, लेफ्ट राइट, बी ए स्टार्ट दबा दोगे तो आपकी जिंदगी बहुत आसान हो जाती है। 3 लाइव्स के जगह 30 लाइव्स मिल जाती है। Yep, this thing right here, up, down, left, right, B, A, start. This is one of the most famous and technically the origin of cheat codes. This is called the Konami code. It's the code Konami used to kick Hideo Kojima out. Also, on a side note, I do not look like Hideo Kojima. I do not look like a 60 plus year old Japanese man. So please stop in the comments. Anyways, cheats were actually initially brought into the picture to ease the development cycle of a game, especially while playtesting the game. क्योंकि अगर आप मानो कि कॉन्ट्रा के एक प्लेटेस्टर होते और अगर आपको 8th लेवल पे काम करना होगा, आप बैठ के पूरा गेम थोड़ी खत्म करोगे just so that you can do the work you set out to do. That would be a nightmare. I bet even the playtesters back in the day could never have been able to finish this game. This game is that hard. Bethesda's games like Skyrim and Fallout, which have such a huge, expansive open world that you could get lost in, these games have a dev room, which essentially has all the game's items, from the best to the worst weapons, armors and the whole thing. और ये रूम को एक्सेस करने का एक ही तरीका होता है, थ्रू द गेम कंसोल। और ये डेव रूम वाला फीचर अभी भी है इन गेम्स में। बट आई डू हैव टू टेल यू द गेम डज काउंट इट एज चीटिंग एंड आपके अचीवमेंट्स फिर डिसेबल हो जाते हैं, सो इट्स नॉट रियली वर्थ इट, एंड स्पेशली नॉट इन स्काईरिम, because why would I go through the hassle of going through the dev room when I know that I am going to install 200-300 mods into the game and the game is never going to launch? The classic Skyrim experience. Cheat engine is another thing of beauty, and when I found out about it, I was simply just blown away by it. जब मैं Need for Speed Most Wanted से obsessed था, for no particular reason, I don't know, I was grinding the races in that game so that I could buy that beautiful, shiny, elegant, yellow Lamborghini Gallardo. I was doing drag races, sprints, speed traps, circuits, and वो boring toll booth वाला भी, just so that I could buy that beautiful yellow car. और मेरे दोस्त ने ये सब देख के बोला, अरे इतनी मेहनत कौन करता है इस गेम में, तुझे पता है चीट इंजन क्या होता है? And my friend in that moment did something which I can only call black magic, because I saw my money go from 8,000 to 9999999, and the moment I saw how much money I have now, मेरा तो दिमाग खराब हो गया भाई. This beautiful yellow beast of a car that I was grinding for was mine. I could buy it just like that. And not only the Lamborghini, but the Aston Martin, the Dodge Vipers, the Audis, the Mustangs, the Mercedes. I owned all the cars in this game, and it was an amazing feeling for the longest time, where I was like winning all the races easily and I had no problems running away from the police, and I said to myself, oh, the beauty of cheats. But you know the fun? It didn't last long. 4-5 रेसेस जीतने के बाद, आसानी से पुलिस से भागने के बाद और इतनी सारी गाड़ी ओन करने के बाद, I felt hollow. It felt like I didn't earn that car. Instead, I kind of cheated and robbed myself of the experience of working hard, grinding the races to finally owning up to that beautiful yellow car. Instead, now I was left with all of these fast cars, and my Lamborghini just didn't feel special at all anymore, and I kind of ruined the experience of driving that beautiful yellow car for the first time, and now it was going to be spoiled forever. And that's when I said to myself, oh, the curse of cheats. Yes, cheats can drastically enhance your experience of playing a game, but at the same time, it also holds the power to ruin your experience of playing a game. Trust me, I know. Difficult games like the Souls games are made in such a way that learning the bosses, mastering the game's mechanics, and finally overcoming the challenge which initially felt impossible offers the most rewarding experience one can get while playing a video game. बिकॉज आई डोंट थिंक कोई डेव जब ऐसा गेम बनाता है उनके मन में होता है इतना मुश्किल गेम बनाऊंगा कि प्लेयर खेलने से पहले ही छोड़ देगा. These people are masters of their craft, and every single decision that they take, a lot of thought and care has gone behind it. So अगर आप Elden Ring का easy mode या Silk Song का double damage हटाने वाला mod install कर लेते हो, I feel like you're almost ruining your own gaming experience. Now that being said, ये बस मेरा opinion है. It is your copy of the game. It is your decision to play however the game you want to play. I am just here giving a suggestion. That's all. अब रही बात modern games की, yup, cheats aren't really that common anymore. Games now only have them as a mechanism to add fun or replayability value to their game. You know, stuff like infinite ammo, explosive arrows, and stuff like that. Honestly, cheats के साथ The Last of Us and Resident Evil खेलने में या replay करने में बहुत मजा आता है. A lot of modern games like Witcher 3, Baldur's Gate 3, and many more others offer mod support to the players so that they can make their own mods and add more fun replayability value to the game. I know modding and cheats aren't really the same thing, but you get my point. मेरे हिसाब से सबसे ज़्यादा चीटिंग इन द मॉडर्न गेमिंग लैंडस्केप होती है ऑनलाइन गेम्स में, पीवीपी वाले गेम्स में, यू नो. अरे हैकर है भाई, हैकर. अरे भाई साहब, इसे बोलते हेकिंग.
भाई साहब इसको बोलते हैं हैकिंग.
पट से हेडशॉट. आई मीन तुम लोग को मोबाइल गेमिंग का मजाक उड़ाने में बहुत मजा आता है, बट मैन, look at the iconic memes that community has given us. I think you guys are wrong. I think. And I should also add, yes, I am aware of how good the anti-cheat systems of these competitive games now are, even though I have heard horror stories about how hacking infested Apex, Call of Duty and CS is. I don't know if that's still the case or not. मुझे ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है चीटिंग के साथ. मैंने आज तक बस चीटर एक बार एनकाउंटर किया है वैलोरेंट में, एंड आई थिंक ही वाज सो बैड. आई थिंक ही वाज बॉट फ्रैगिंग इवन विद द चीट्स. लाइक, आपको कोई भी आइडिया है, लाइक डू यू हैव एनी आइडिया हाउ बैड एट वैलोरेंट यू नीड टू बी फॉर मी टू recognize that you're bad at that game? Because if you're using hacks and you're still the worst one on the team, I think उस पॉइंट पे आपको बस ऑनलाइन गेमिंग क्विट कर देनी चाहिए. You should focus on single player games. Rockstar ने आप जैसे प्लेयर्स के लिए ही skip the mission part वाला बटन ऐड किया है. Please use that. Don't ruin the experience for others and feel miserable about yourself. It's a lose-lose situation for everyone. But do you know what is the biggest cheating that is happening in the modern gaming landscape, even bigger than wall hacks and all that? It's microtransactions. और मैं अपना ओपिनियन आपको एक बहुत अच्छे एग्जाम्पल के साथ एक्सप्लेन कर सकता हूँ. Do you guys remember in GTA Vice City there was a cheat called Look Like Lance, which changed Tommy's appearance for him to look like Lance? But you know what microtransactions have done now? That Look Like Lance thing is now a cosmetic and you have to pay 2000 rupees to access it. All of these cosmetics, powerful weapon, gameplay changes, which used to be something that you would get just by typing on the keyboard, now you get those features by swiping your credit card. If that is not capitalism at its finest, I don't know what is. So many people who will just now enter the gaming market will never know the fun of typing Seaways, Rocketman, Hisoyam, Full Clip, Infinite Health, 6 stars wanted level and all of that, because all of that stuff now, companies put that behind a paywall. Earlier, using cheats felt like a very rewarding experience. It felt like you were outsmarting the developers at their own games by finding ways and loopholes around the difficult part of the games to do it easily. But now it almost feels like the companies are outsmarting their consumers. It's like they're typing Hisoyam at our expense. And I really fucking hate it. Like, look at this. What the fuck is this? The free fireification of Valorant has started and it's not going to end. Oh my god. सैयारा तू तो बदला नहीं है. Oh,